Hi, it's Kate. Welcome to my channel. Today I have for you 5 last minute Christmas cards. All cards are very easy and I hope you will have fun. The first card is, I think, the easiest. I will glue this awesome paper onto my mixed media paper. This is just scrap which I use. And this will be the whole design of my card. Of course, I will add sentiment there. I cut out all drying process through the video because I didn't want to have the video super long. So sorry if you will not see all drying. It's cut out from video. I'm also applying this medium over paper and I will cut rectangle as my card base. All cards will have around with color with vintage photo, and all sentiments will be these chipboards designed by Tim. I accidentally bought two sets of these chipboards, so I decided I absolutely need to use them for my cards. The final touch is to make a bow. This is my old bow maker, very old, but I'm not good in making bows by hand, so I'm using this tool all the time. And the card is done. It's absolutely easy design with string, with chipboards, and little bit vintage photo. Of course, I will all panels which you see glue onto no card. But again, I didn't want to have video super long, so all this gluing is cut out. But of course, I glue them onto no card. The second card will be some cluster made from snippets and the sentiment. But for background, I decided to use this stencil. I think it's from the last year. And I will use Candied Apple and Vintage Photo for that. I wasn't sure where I will have this cluster made from snippets. So I applied almost over whole card base the color. But of course, the big part will be covered with the snippets. Now I'm using Vintage Photo. You can use any kind of distress inks. I just have a bigger collection of distress oxides, so I'm using them a lot than just distress inks. This is base. I really love how it's turning like vintage when you use vintage photo. Now I will be gluing just here and there not all, but almost all prepared images. I decided to skip some of them because they were too big for my card. This gluing is such a relaxing part of crafting, and you can use different scraps. You can use for the background many scraps which you don't like, for example, because there's visible just part of them. So I never threw away scraps. I'm using them all the time because it's also material, it costs them money. This is the last snippet which I glued. I'm using just basic glue. And now again, all around all my sentiments, I'm using vintage photo. And this is fun part. I wanted to glue the sentiment, then I decided, oh, I need something more. It's there's missing something. So I glued string with just glue dots, and then with 3D foam, I glued sentiment. But still, I wasn't happy. So at the end, I also glued some gems, just which I found in my stash, and I distressed edges. And now I can call this card finished. You can skip any process which you doesn't like. Just be inspired by my cards. So here is my card. You can see many of the snippets are behind, not visible. So use scraps for your cards. And let's create another one. Another one, it's really fun. I use scrap papers from this last year Tim's papers. I cut a rectangle and I will make cluster with different papers. I cut them onto rectangles and with matte medium I will be gluing them just here and there. I'm not going for any geometric shape. I just I just gluing them according my fantasy. So again, this is great possibility how to use your scraps. As you can see, I'm using a lot of scraps in my crafting. As I said, it's material. Let's use it. Today, really, we are not making any stamping because I wanted to use another material. So no snarky cats for today, no coloring for today. When I'm finished with gluing, I apply medium all over, dry it with the heat tool, and again apply vintage photo around the whole card base. Off the camera, I also made splatters with distress mica. I put a string to make something like present, and I glue sentiment. Again, very easy and funny card. For this card, I decided to use another stencil and texture paste. I love this texture paste by Ranger. It's so easy to apply. It's fast drying. It's really great. And I will be doing splatters, just splatters for the design. Nothing complicated, no stamping. I will just dilute the distress oxide with water and I will make splatters with small brush. I will use 4 different colors. You can see just greens here and of the camera I made also red. Again, vintage photo around. I made heavier color this time because I'll make splatters with water to activate this oxidation effect which has got distress oxide and making splatters. Oh, it's relaxed. You can use any color. If you don't like splatters, don't make them. Just color your texture paste with distress ink and you can be done. And finally, I glue with 3D fountain my sentiment. This is just another easy, fast card design, and I hope you like it. I enjoyed this process. It was fun to creating fast cards. Another funny technique is smooshing, and I'm not smooshing with any acetate. I'm using acrylic block, and I put out all the pigment because it's too strong for me. So you can see me using a paper towel to remove the pigment part and my card base will be really subtle and nice. And as you can see this time I didn't use any Christmas colors. I went for just another background. Not all people are fan of green, gold, red colors. So I decided the last card will be absolutely unusual, but very funny and again fast. I used these red dies designed by Tim. I colored them. It's a crackling campfire and vintage photo. You can again use any color which you like. And I will glue them onto my card base. As I said at the beginning, all these card bases I will glue later onto no card. So I will turn them into card, but I skip the process. And there I'm coloring. Oh, sorry. Yes, I was coloring the sentiment. I will glue my reds. If you like more layers, make more cutouts. But these cards should be fast. So I made just 2 cutouts. I will glue sentiment with 3D fountain, and the last step will be using or not using. I will add. Sorry. Sometimes I'm out of my English. I will make bow from the string, and because I had by hand my distress mica spray. Oh, again, sometimes I forgot. I'm forgetting also the name of products, but I'm not professional. I can forget. And this is final touch for this card. So thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you will find inspiration. And if you like it, please subscribe and give me a like. Thank you very much and have a nice day.